Houston Market.
They said they could see them breasts, girl.
Yeah, she's showing them
I'm getting
off.
ready to go to the gym, so
She knows what
Go
she's
to the gym. I
doing.
can go to the gym looking crazy,
She
child.
knows what she's doing
Looking
right
like a
here.
runaway slave at the gym, child.
See this? She knows what she's doing.
Melissa, Houston, Texas. How old are you?
47.
47. What you do for a living?
I'm a business owner and I'm also a nurse, but I'm not currently practicing as a nurse.
So you're in Houston, Texas. So is that Central Time Zone?
Yes.
So it's 9:30 there.
Yes.
So you go to the gym late?
Yes, after work.
Oh wow. Okay. So Lisa, do you have any kids?
2. I have 2 adult children, 23 and 27.
Okay, both by the same man.
No.
2 men. Have you ever been married?
Yes, I have.
When did you get divorced?
2000, I think 8.
Damn.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
Libra.
Libra. So we have a
So since 2008, she hasn't found a man worth getting married to again? Damn.
Alicia, Houston, Texas, 47, Libra. Business owner, mine of 2 men by 2, mine of 2 by 2 men. One's married. That's stupid. Prepared woman. What kind of man are you looking for?
First of all, I look for a man that is God fearing. I want a man. I'm saved. I'm not perfect, but I do want a man that honors God, and so that he can lead. I want a leader. I want a protector. Someone that I can just relax and not be in masculine energy all the time.
If you're in masculine energy all the time, that's who you are. You don't need a man to put you in your feminine energy. It's either you're feminine or you're masculine. You don't need a man to put you in either. The same way a man is a leader or not. No man says, I'll be a leader when I find a feminine woman. He's either a leader or not, despite the women he meets. Ladies, we are tired of that thing of the whole, if I meet a leader man, I'll be feminine. No. We can't use that anymore. 2025.
What is this new term, soft girl era? So I just want to be not masculine for once.
Not masculine for once. Okay. So as in you don't want to, so what does soft girl era mean to you?
For me, it's just that so I can, I don't want to be in a relationship when I have to figure everything out. So, being a single woman a very long time, you have to do a lot of figuring things out. So if I'm in a relationship, I don't want to call a man and then he says, oh, well, baby, you can just call this person. Like, I want somebody to help assist me with figuring out whatever the issue or concern that I have.
So everything she just said, it's the money. When she said, I don't want to figure things out, it just literally means she doesn't want to say it, so she doesn't want to come off as a gold digger. But it literally means, I don't want to pay for shit. I want him to come and pay for my lifestyle. That's all she means. Don't worry about all the extra words she's using. It's about, I want him to come pay for my lifestyle. That's it.
Okay, fair enough. What are your deal breakers?
Someone who doesn't have a relationship with God, someone who is a liar, cheater, someone who's not a great communicator and does not desire to have a serious relationship, because I'm looking to be married again. And
you've been divorced since 2008. So you're telling me almost 20 years you haven't found a man worth marrying you? For almost 20 years? You're never going to find him. I'm sorry for being pessimistic, but let's be honest.
I do not want to date a man with multiple children. My children are grown, so I'm not looking for someone who has stair steppers. If you have one child that may be teenage age and you understand, that a child, just because you have a child, that I'm still important, then we're good.
Okay.
You have 2 kids.
Should he look a certain way?
Yes. I mean, I don't really just have this tall, dark, and handsome, although I do like that.
Of course,
but I'm looking more so for someone who's interested in treating me like the woman I am, the queen that I am. I'm deserving of a good man.
Who gave you the title of a queen? If we're going to be honest. Should men just run around and call themselves kings just because they're men? Is that what we're doing now? We're queens just because and we're kings just because? A king has something to show for it. He has a kingdom. He's a ruler of something. So you as a queen, what are you a queen of? What? Do you have a king? who you're a queen for?
And I'm deserving of a successful man. I'm deserving of a man who loves God and who's ready to, be serious and lead us to higher grounds.
She's deserving. Don't play with it. So
No one deserves anything. You only get what you work for. If you're gonna, or what you negotiate. No one deserves anything.
should this man make a certain amount of money?
I don't necessarily want to put a dollar on it because I feel like that's so cliche. But however, being that I'm a business owner, I have to be honest and be real with myself and know that I have to have a provider that can also, back me up if necessary, that can take on, and handle my life, even if I wasn't able, to do something, if I fell short that month at the store. So whatever that may be, I don't want to necessarily put a dollar, but yes, for the most part, I've dated only successful men, and it just kind of happens. I don't have a dollar amount on my back. But it just by nature, that's just who I'm more attracted to. That's who more attracted to me. Let me say that.
No, don't change it. You're more attracted to successful men, and you've been dating successful men for over 20 years since you were married, since you got divorced. But somehow you have not been able to keep a successful man. What does that say about you? Have you looked in the mirror and asked yourself those questions? Right? So she's expecting a successful man to come in and pay for her lifestyle.
Okay, fair enough. Just out of curiosity, could you date a man that made 70K?
Probably not at this point in my life.
Damn.
Okay, so 70K would be too low. That's what I was just trying to
Damn.
gauge.
Guys, we are doomed. Like, dating is crazy. So a man making 70K is not good enough for her because he won't be good enough. He won't be able to pay for her lifestyle. Damn, we are doomed.
Is 90K too low?
Damn. Yo, 70K, no. 90K, no. Damn. And she's even laughing. Like, they know this is crazy and they're laughing. It's like they feel entitled to a man's money. Damn. And remember, she already has 2 older kids. So it's not like she's promising to give you a whole new family. Damn. Maybe that's why she's single for all these years.
Did your husband make this category? Let me ask you this. Did your husband make that or more?
Good question.
Yes. I never paid bills. I never knew, those things I didn't have to worry about.
Okay. Why did you end your divorce? I mean, why did you end your marriage?
At that time, I think I was just young, and I had just moved to the Houston market, and we were living in 2 different cities, and I just didn't appreciate what I had at the time, just to be honest. I've grown. This was 17 years ago now, right? And so I've grown, and I understand my role, and I understand, after asking God to show me, I understand my role in biblical, and I understand what God asked me to do. He asked me to respect my husband, and he asked my husband to love me like Christ, like he loves Christ. So that's what I'm looking for.
So I wonder why they always use God, especially when they get older. It's like, you didn't know God before, like you didn't go to church at all. Because she's saying her ex-husband was paying all the bills and she didn't know what she had before. So she divorced him because she thought she was going to find better. So almost 20 years later, she hasn't found better. Why don't you just go back to your ex-husband, apologize for not respecting him, and tell him, I didn't know you were the man for me. I'm tired of being in the streets and looking for another man. Why don't you do that? And also, I also wonder, the ladies, even men, I see it on Pop the Balloon. For those of you who want a person who believes in God and God this and God that, why don't you guys ever go to church? Why don't you find those people in church? Because if you guys have been in church, the pastors, the reverends, right? They usually hold singles events where people in the church can get together who are single. But I guess the people in church are boring. They don't have successful men in church. I always wonder.
Okay. So when you're last in your marriage, you only have 1 marriage, right?
Well, actually, I was married. I was going to say that, but I didn't want to cut you off. So I was married once, and I guess I counted, but I don't. But I was so young. I was like 19. I married my oldest girl's father, straight out of high school, and it didn't last long. Twice. But I think it was the thing to do.
Was that your first and only marriage? Yeah. Or you had 2 marriages? That was your first one?
That was the first, and then I got remarried in 2000. I got remarried in 2008, and I got...
hold on. For clarity, you've been married twice?
Yes.
Okay.
So she's been married twice. Both didn't work. How can the third guy think, and she's been single, well, at least not married for the last 17 years. How can then the next guy think he's going to be the one to make her stay married? Like, what guarantee do you have that if you come and pay her bills, she won't divorce you because she wants to find someone better or greener pastures? Like, what guarantee is there for a man?
Oh, and the second husband was the provider husband.
Correct.
Okay. So even when you moved to Houston, you say he lived in another city. He paid all your bills in Houston.
Correct.
Okay. So moving, you want to get married again?
Correct.
Okay. So is that still the expectation for, I know you said back you up, but is it expected for you to meet a man that can also pay your bills like that again?
He needs to have the ability to, yes.
Okay.
Damn. Guys, dating is crazy. I thought 2024 was worse, but things are getting worse in 2025. Like almost every woman who comes on Kendra G's show wants a man to come and provide and pay all her bills. It's like they just want to stop work. In fact, they don't even want to stop working, because a man would think, okay, I'm going to pay all your bills. You're going to stay home and I come home to a cooked meal. No, she's going to be like, no, you're going to pay all the bills and I'm going to go work. I'll save my money. And once we both come back from work, we will order food. And it's like, it's a retirement plan.
Let's do it. Now I can tell you already in shape. You see them breasts I told you. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Let me
She
see.
looks
I'm
good,
going
though.
to the gym, so don't y'all judge me.
Okay. Body snatch.
Looks like a
That body
BBL.
snatch,
But okay.
girl.
I have to do
Look,
what
how
I
old are you?
I'm not
47.
trying to.
Like they don't make, listen, 47-year-old bodies, 25-year-old bodies these days, child. This is
I'll give her credit. She looks good. She got the body. So I could still see, despite all the red flags going off, I can guarantee you there's still going to be men in the inbox. Now, obviously, there have always been men in the inbox. That's why she's been single for 17 years. But obviously, maybe those men in the inbox, or she has met, clearly they don't want marriage.
new day. You look good. When was your last relationship?
I have not been in a relationship in 5 years now.
Red
I've
flag.
dated here and there, nothing promising, nothing probably more than, oh gosh, like 90 days or something. You know, most people are
She's
just
the issue.
not serious anymore.
You're not
Okay.
serious.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been a long time. It's been a while. So I'm not near about on the books for 2025.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Entitlement.
I've worked on it a lot over these last 5 years. I feel like patience was one of the
If she doesn't mention entitlement, I'll just know she doesn't have any self-awareness. Let's see.
reasons my relationship didn't last. I've learned, and after asking God to show me, you know, if a person keeps telling you the same thing, you have to look at yourself. So doing self-assessment, patience is still something that I'm working on, but I'm definitely a lot better. And just giving more grace and just to continue to improve my relationship with God.
Okay.
She didn't
And
mention it.
why would a man be lucky to be with you?
I can answer that for her. A man would be lucky to be with her because he's going to come in and pay all her bills and she's going to live the soft girl era life. There you go. That's why a man would be lucky. Let's see.
I'm an amazing partner. I'm an amazing woman, you know, outside of, you know, business success, career success. I'm a woman of God. And again, I understand now how to respect my partner. And I think that's the biggest thing, is having respect and knowing your role. And that's why I say I'm looking for a leader, because I'm only going to be submissive to a leader, a man that understands my worth. And
That's that condition of femininity, condition of submission. That's why I said, imagine a man walked up to a woman and he's like, hey, listen, I'll be a leader if you submit. If you don't submit, I won't be a leader. The woman would look at him like, nigga, you crazy? Because that doesn't make sense. It's either you're a leader the whole time, despite the circumstances, and as a woman, it's either you're submissive or you're not. You can't pick and choose when you're going to be submissive. And maybe this is the reason she's been single for 17 years. But of course, lack of self-awareness. What do I care? What do I know? She's good looking, so men are still gonna be in the inbox. And some of you guys watching me are gonna be in her DMs too. What do you guys think anyway? Shout out to Kendra. Link down below. Till next time.